Can we just get some kind of countdown? I'm just not prepared to do this myself.
I don't think I can handle it.
This is too much for me.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
8, 6, 4, 3, 1.
Could we please?
okay.
Let me turn the mic.
Yeah. Turn.
5, 4.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm Spencer. And this is The Itch.
Sponsored by Monster.
Sponsored by Monster.
Fuck our sponsors.
Don't drink this. And I'm, of course, drinking my QT beverage.
QT for the cutie.
That was actually good. They'll like that.
I'm getting creative.
And we're here to talk about gaming news from the past week. The week is 10/04/2014.
Otherwise known as meh.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the deal. In newscasting, you're not supposed to say that it's a slow week of news.
Oh, it's a fast week of news.
But it was
So many developing stories.
I couldn't think of a good top story. So I picked one that I thought could perhaps provoke some interesting debate.
Okay.
But overall, the news is a little bit slow. We had tons of releases, though.
I got fighting game news. So
Okay.
I can handle all that.
Okay. You tell me when you want to spurt into that.
When I want to spurt.
Yeah, when you want to give it a little spurt, you tell me.
When I just want to squirt it all over. Hit the people with the knowledge.
Yeah, hit me with the knowledge like I'm a little bitch.
Oh
All
my god! Shit!
There are tons of releases. Let's start out with the PS4 releases. Second Chance Heroes.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Watch Dogs Bad Blood.
It's the DLC with one of the supporting characters. I heard the co-op was cool.
I didn't even know there was co-op in Watch Dogs.
There's not in the original. Well, there is, but it's like bullshit. So I heard the co-op was good. Maybe they actually built upon it and actually gave you some semblance of true co-op. So that's nice.
All right, well, we'll take a look at that, Watchdog fans. Yeah. Futuridium EP Deluxe.
Sounds like a fucking mixtape. Like
You're right, doesn't it?
Yeah,
From the
fucking
80s.
Futuridium.
From the 80s or something. That sounds horrible.
Fuck.
Whatever. Natural Doctrine, which I looked up the Metacritic on that. It did terribly. It was like 54 on Metacritic.
I got nothing. Fucking sucks, doesn't it? Put all 2 or 3 years of work into a game. 54.
Chariot. I'm assuming you ride a chariot. Chariot Rider.
Sweet Chariot.
Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishments.
I heard that one was actually pretty hyped.
Is that based on the show or some kind of alternate Sherlock Holmes universe?
I think it's based on the books.
The books.
Which
Apparently,
is
there's
Hudson
books.
Universe.
Apparently, it started out as books and not as a drama.
Yeah, it started as books. The first one I heard was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. Pier Solar and the Great Architects. I like the name. I don't know what it is.
Do you know what that is?
What?
It's a turn-based RPG.
Is it really?
Yeah, the big thing about it was, if I remember correctly, it came out on the Sega Genesis.
Really?
Or it was a game that was supposed to come out in the Sega Genesis, rather.
Okay.
But they literally did nothing to it, released it on the PlayStation 4, and there's a bunch of errors with it.
Oh, so I gotta wait for like a patch or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have PlayStation 4?
I don't, but I want to get one.
Oh shit.
Well, I want to get one as basically for Persona 5.
Okay.
I want to get it in that time frame. Because right now, with the kid and everything, it's hard to budget a PS4 in there.
Yeah. That makes sense. To be perfectly honest, dude.
I kind of want a Diablo 3, though. I heard it's fun on the PS4.
Yeah, it's fun. It's good fun. And I have it. We can make hardcore characters. That'd be fucking rough.
It's the only characters I like to make.
Exactly, right? We'll take it slow. We'll do every fucking dungeon and everything.
For sure.
There's a game that's coming out on PSN's free games for October. We should do a list of that next week.
I was thinking about adding it to this one, but I was like, maybe we should make a whole segment for it, like free, like deals this week or something.
Yeah,
like that.
well, it's for like the month of like October.
The PlayStation Plus thing.
Yeah, so we only that and the Xbox Live has like a free game.
Right. I
thing
thought
too.
I mean, as a newscast, we probably should tell people when there's a sale going on.
We should, but definitely there's another turn-based RPG that's coming out on that one.
Really? What?
And it's a free game, so I'm gonna pick it up and I'll let you know how it is.
What game is it?
We'll look it up after
Look it
this.
up. Okay. Maybe we'll throw it in next week.
Yeah.
And then Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor, which is getting rave reviews. I hear that's just the greatest thing ever.
Honestly, I regret not getting it because,
What do you mean? You can still get it.
well, I didn't budget it. That's
Oh,
what
I got
mean,
you.
like into my finances and stuff because looking at it, it looks very good. It's definitely one of those single player games, so it's like BioShock. It's like you get BioShock, you're playing it for the single player. I don't think there's a multiplayer component to.
There's like a tiny multiplayer component.
Oh, there is.
You can you can avenge somebody's death or something like that. Like I know it's kind of like
Not the same. Yeah.
yeah.
But gameplay wise, like it's really like in your face. They combine a multitude of genres together. They combine the action element with the stealth element and the adventure. What's that?
It has to do with the game, but I saw a screenshot on Imager that just said that somebody avenged the death of Stone Cold Steve Autism.
oh fuck! It's even worse. Stone Cold Steve Autism.
I thought it was a
What an asshole.
funny name.
Whoa, yeah.
Xbox One is a Chariot. What is it? WD again?
You wrote it.
I know, but I don't know what I'm writing.
WD.
Watch Dogs. Yeah, careful with the careful with that
Hey,
thing.
Spencer, I'm just. Fuck!
We'll
Okay,
just
I
have to-
can't use these. All right,
Yeah,
okay.
we'll have to put them both together. No big deal.
I'm sorry, future
Technical
Spencer.
difficulties were okay.
Yeah.
Sherlock also coming out for the Xbox One. Forza Horizon 2 is their big release. I'm hearing good things about it. It's a racing game.
I don't know anything about Forza, but
It's a racing game. If you like racing, you should pick up Forza.
I'll tell you what beats Forza.
Gran Turismo?
Gran Turismo.
Well, Forza actually had damage to the cars, didn't it? Whereas Gran Turismo kind of didn't. Like, for a long time, that was kind of...
Fuck Forza. No, I've never actually played Forza. I have played Gran Turismo though, but I think out of all those though, I liked like Ridge Racer. I was like, ooh, look at the like when they had the brake lights and all that shit was like all glowy and streamy. I was like, wow.
Sticking to his guns, Ridge
Yeah.
Racer. They should make new Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer.
They don't make those for consoles anymore, do they? They make them sometimes for the like portables, but I probably haven't even seen that in years.
Fuck that shit. It's not the same.
I think the one I remember was the PSP one, back when it launched.
Yeah, Konami. Come on, man.
And then that Lord of the Rings game,
Low-tur game.
which is the one that,
Stone Cold Steve Autism.
I know, I just love that name.
God rest his soul.
It's so mean, but it's funny.
God rest his soul.
Yeah. PS3 was Watch Dogs again, the Holmes game.
Home.
I really
Holmes game.
I really shorted everybody on these names.
Yes.
I didn't even try. Skullgirls, Encore, Eliza. I don't know what that is.
Skullgirls Encore is a fighting game.
Okay.
It was a crowdfunded fighting game, if I remember correctly. It's still relatively popular, I guess. I don't know what the Eliza part is because I downloaded the game, but I downloaded it when it was like free, and I haven't really touched it. And it's on my Xbox, so that just shows you I don't touch my Xbox. So
Oh, okay.
sorry.
Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate.
Oh my
I thought
God!
we reported that. Did that come out for PS4 in an earlier release or something like that?
Might have.
I think so.
Probably.
Maybe they're releasing the PS3 version.
Falling
after.
Skies.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Falling Skies the game.
Oh God.
Apparently, it's not a game normally. But
No, it's not. It's on like TNT or some shit.
Oh.
We know drama. Yeah, it's fucking.
interesting.
I have some friends that watch it and they're like, "Oh, it's great," but I'm just like, I'll stick to my Breaking Bads and my really thought-provoking. Holy shit, did that just happen? Game of Thrones,
They should make a Breaking Bad game.
that emphasis on the bad game.
Yeah.
It'd probably be bad.
They should make a bad game.
Well, see, because I don't know how they would fit it. That's all. I'm just like,
What if they just made a meth making simulator where you had a family that couldn't know about it, so you had to hide it?
I don't think you could play that in Arizona. You know the reason why it takes place in New Mexico, or in New Mexico.
Does it have like laws in Arizona?
There's a law in Arizona, I think it is, that you can't simulate the cooking of meth.
Really?
Yeah. So it takes place in Lipscomb instead.
Not even for artistic purposes?
I am for artistic purposes, and I think that would apply to this game as well.
Because I would want to artistically
Just artistically.
create meth and sell it for artistic cash. Natural Doctrine as well. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Fighting game.
Heard it was actually pretty decent. Like they switched a lot of stuff, like the system mechanics. Because I played Persona 4 Arena.
You were telling me about that. You liked it, actually.
It was fun, yeah.
Short Piece. Ranko Okay, I'm gonna let you do that one.
Tsukigime?
Tsukigime. Yeah, I was gonna say Tsukijimi. Tsukigime's Longest Day. I don't know what that is.
America.
Yeah. Pierre Solar and the Great Architects, also for PS3. And Invisimals, The Lost Kingdom. Is that like a Pokemon spinoff?
That sounds like some fucking Nickelodeon shit. Dude.
Yeah.
Invisible!
Invisible animals, just the way I like them.
Fucking.
Also ones that don't smell.
If I was playing that game, I'd want to be invisible. Invisible.
Okay. Getting my yucks over here. Jet Car Stunts for the 360. Watch Dogs, Homes, Forza 2.
Holmes! Hey, Holmes!
Falling Skies, and Persona 4 Arena. 360 doesn't really get its own games anymore, does it? They kind of like just stopped making games for it entirely.
Yeah, pretty much. Welcome. I think Microsoft more than Sony has been like, all right, hey, this is our new gen now. Fuck the last shit.
You know, honestly though, I wish Sony was more going that way.
What, to more the current gen now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
As much as I love the idea, because I only have a PS3, that they start releasing games for PS3, it gives me that reason not to get a PS4.
they have a shit ton of indie games on PlayStation 4 that I'm actually happy about. And they're getting fucking Bloodborne, so I love Bloodborne. I know you don't.
I'd be willing to watch it and try it.
Yeah, I will do it.
I'm not going to spend 2 hours on one boss.
I will stream that entire bitch. I don't care. If people want to see it, I will put it on the internet.
Justin streaming bitches.
And Bloodborne.
Why'd you point to your penis when you said Bloodborne? next slide.
I got nothing.
And then, of course, the 3DS release of Super Smash Bros. 3DS. If anybody has this, I have it. Please give me your information.
You
I
have
will
it?
play you. Yeah.
Oh, snaps. Yeah, I was actually really tempted to get a 3DS, but then I realized I'll just save for the Wii U.
You want to get a Wii U?
I'll get it on the Wii U.
Do you have a Wii U?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, if you do, let me know, and we can team up and do some shit.
I've been waiting for, I think I might try Black Friday and get a Wii U.
That's when I'm going to get a PS4, is the
or
plan.
Black Saturday, right? That's
There's Saturday, there's Cyber Monday,
Oh, Cyber Mondays.
which would be the online one.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
And then you know what? After Christmas, there's deals galore, too.
Yeah, I want to get it before Christmas because I know Super Smash Bros. Will drop after Thanksgiving, but it happens.
Isn't it the 21st? Super Smash Bros?
Of Thanksgiving? Or of
November?
November? Oh, is it?
That's when all the major... Okay, so we might have to have our own separate video for November 21st, because that is like a huge...
Yeah.
Every
Dragon
game is
Age-
coming out that
Dragon
day.
Age comes out then.
GTA?
Both Assassin's Creed, GTA.
Both Assassin's Creed come out that day?
Yeah, Rogue and... what's it called? And... I forget what the other one's called. And that's one I want to play more than Rogue. I'm getting both, though, because they're two different stories. I can't believe I'm a glutton.
Rogue and Unity.
Unity, thank you, sir. Yeah, because Unity has the multiplayer. Unity has that multiplayer aspect that's going to be out of this
Isn't
world.
that kind of ironic?
What?
Unity has the multiplayer.
Yeah. Well, in Rogue, you ain't got shit. You're by yourself. Fuck off, right?
A game called Unity has a lot of multiplayer.
I don't get it. Am I?
Unity means like one, like oneness. But
together as one. Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, I can see it like that. but
Musketeers up in this bitch.
It's just funny that it's like Unity, but it has all the multiplayer.
Yeah, and Rogue is like, fucking multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm a rogue.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. On to some gaming news. Westone has filed for bankruptcy. Opened in 1986, they created Wonder Boy, which went to the NES as Hudson's Adventure Island, and they created Monster World for the Sega consoles. Not too familiar with these people.
Me either. Sorry.
I wasn't a Sega kid, so I don't
Sorry.
really know what.
I was a Sega kid, and I don't fucking know these guys.
Sega still releases Monster World Collection. Like I guess they made a lot of games, and they still release them to this day on their little collection pieces. So,
jeez, I guess they got bought out if they're still releasing them at this point. Or they're gonna have to.
We'll see.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, yeah. Sony deal. So Sony's offering a new deal for gamers. Spend $100 between October 1st and November 7th on their PlayStation Network, and you get $15 to spend until December 5th.
Bullshit.
It kind of
Give
pisses
me
me off.
fucking 30.
That kind of it is kind of low, but it kind of pisses me off because I was thinking about getting a PlayStation 4 for Black Friday.
Yeah.
But then I would
The
have.
irony between us. I mean, whatever. But anyway.
But then I would have loved to spend $100 in their store, like when I got the PS4.
Yeah, when you got it. But you're fucked.
But now that doesn't open the window for me, and I miss out on that deal.
Yeah. Why? What are you gonna spend? I can understand if they did this if they did this. Right, check this out. Spend $100 between October 1st to November, maybe 25th or something like that.
Yeah.
And get $30 until the next year. Everyone would do it. Because there's no games that are really coming out that people are really going to want to get. They pride themselves on doing this whole the digital sales. I would digitally purchase Dragon Age through them. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fucking get it. But the thing is, though, is because it's not within that time, or Assassin's Creed Unity, because it's not in that time frame, I don't get this extra bonus. So
Right.
why the fuck do I care? It's like literally the worst time frame that they can do it. If they change the time frames, they don't even have to start it on October 1st. Start it in the middle of October, end it in December. At the beginning of December.
Right. I don't see what game is coming out from then until November 7th.
Yeah,
that anyone wants to
they're
buy.
literally only talking. November 7th is not Veterans Day, is it? It's like the 10th or 11th.
Is it really?
It's around then, I think,
Huh.
because it's always around the Marine Corps birthday. So like when we used to have the ball, we used to have like a 96, like 4 days off because of the ball and also because of Veterans Day. But I think that just doesn't sit right with me. They can only capitalize on games that have already come out. So okay, Shadow of Mordor. Okay, cool. But now I'm only getting $15 out of it until December 5th.
and you have to buy more than that.
Yeah, and I have to buy.
You have to buy $50 or $40 more.
Might as well get the season pack for fucking Destiny, you know. and then I'm still not done because that shit's only $30. And then I'm like, oh, better get fucking Strider, which I already have.
So you buy it again.
Fuck. God, they
Yeah.
won't let you buy it again.
Come on,
I
Sony.
mean, it's a great game, but they won't let you buy that shit again.
So I just think that's kind of strange, but a good deal if you haven't picked up Destiny yet, and then another game.
Or Shadow of Mordor, which I'm like seriously considering. Like,
Well, did you like Batman?
no, I didn't.
Because it's supposed to play like that.
Yeah, the combat system plays roughly like that, and ironically enough, Batman's one of the free PlayStation networks.
Yeah, Arkham City.
Asylum.
Right? Arkham Asylum?
Yeah.
Why would they release...
I don't know because they released
That game's like...
they released it twice too. By the way, they released it like it was like one of the first free games in their lineup ever, and then they re-released it as a free.
That game's got to be worth like $5.
Give
now.
me Splinter Cell fucking Blacklist already. God, that I want.
You know, I got PlayStation Plus because I wanted to play Bioshock Infinite. That was a free game that was really worth it.
Yeah, and they took that off. It's kind of BS. Did they take it? Yeah, they took
Well, I
it.
mean, I downloaded it.
Yeah, you got it in time. That's the thing. Like, I don't care if I don't play the game. Download it.
Right,
That's
right,
All
'cause
that
it's a free
matters.
game.
You don't have to install it or anything like that. Download it.
Hmm.
You can get rid of your shitty games that you don't even touch.
It's
Like
true.
other downloaded games. that you
Other games that you downloaded. Some interesting news coming out of Rovio. We always want to talk about gaming as a broad spectrum. These would be mobile games. As much as I don't like to...
Fuck mobile games.
yeah, fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
But Rovio has made a lot of waves. They're the people that make Angry Birds, all that kind of crap.
Oh, look at that. Is that low profits? Because Angry Birds is such a two-dimensional game?
Well, they make an RPG now. It's turn-based.
Oh, let me guess. Angry Birds. RPG.
I don't remember what it's called.
What I gotta do? Fling those bitches with stuff?
You
and
just
do
move
attacks?
them. You move them towards the unit you want, and they have, it wasn't bad. It was shallow, but it wasn't bad.
You know the only people that could do a game like that, right, is Nintendo.
They could.
If you played Superstar Saga, like Mario Superstar Saga, or any of the Mario RPGs.
Oh,
in
Mario and
general,
Luigi
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that was the shit, right? That was the absolute tits.
for the Game Boy.
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance. Yeah.
Holy crap! I fucking love this shit.
That
out
was
of
a
that
great game.
That was an amazing game. That was one of
I
the
tried to play Partner in Time, the release for the DS. That was like the sequel to that,
Uh-huh.
and I couldn't get too into it.
I
It
was-
wasn't bad, but I couldn't get into it.
I honestly think you have to get drunk and play it for like the first 3 or 4 hours, and you're hooked. Like, you're not gonna quit. I mean, I wasn't drunk when I played Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, right? Superstar Saga, but holy shit, I think you have to be drunk to play to get into like another one because it's like, or you have to have such a gap between them that it feels like a new game again. That's why you can't play one Assassin's Creed and then just jump into another one because it's the same fucking game. You got to give it some time, or a shooter really. Oh, I got Call of Duty and Battlefield. Better do the campaign for both.
Forget it.
Yeah, fuck you. Anyway,
So anyway, Rovio is cutting
restructuring their leadership.
130 employees based on the low profits and leadership restructuring. CEO Michael Head decided to do it. Of course, he said we didn't take it lightly, but they had to restructure, I guess. So
Where?
I've noticed that a lot that with them and whoever made Draw Something, they had that same problem like a year ago.
It honestly feels like 15 Minutes of Fame, and
Right, exactly what I was
they
thinking.
seem to be the only people that seem to capitalize off it because they had a Lord of the Rings and a Star Wars Angry Birds, or just the Star Wars.
I only remember Star Wars, but if they had a Lord of the Rings, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they took control of some licenses, got some extra money out of it, but you really can't keep it up. And that's the thing about mobile gaming is at the end of the day, you have to come up with a new idea because people love turning their brains off, even if it's for 10 minutes. Oh, I'm in the waiting room, Angry Birds, right?
I think you have to be able, and this seems weird, but I think for mobile gaming to work, you have to have a company that can grow incredibly fast and then somehow stop. Maybe you just hire all temporary workers or something. But these ideas get tiresome within like a year, maybe even faster.
Look at Flappy Bird. That shit got old quick.
Yeah, but again, he was just one dude.
He's one guy.
And you know what? That's
Made a lot
great.
of
That's
money.
probably how it should be. But if you're going to keep trying to profit off this, you have to be able to switch to either something else that's profitable or be able to just stop. Because they don't last forever. They don't last like as long as an Assassin's Creed or a Call of Duty would.
Fucking Call of Duty last. People go.
People go crazy for that.
People don't fucking play. Was it the new one? Or wait, no. What's the most recent one?
Wasn't it Black Ops 2?
It is Black Ops 2.
I could be totally wrong because I don't play those games.
I think it is Black Ops 2. Black Ops. What?
That's the one coming out, isn't it?
Hardline is Battlefield, dude. Producer input.
Our producer.
Ghost. Thank you. Ghost. No one fucking plays Ghost.
Our producer went from not knowing anything to knowing the exact answer. I just want everyone to know.
No
that.
one plays. No one really touches Ghost on a competitive level, from what I hear, because Black Ops 2 had better weapon balancing and map balancing, apparently.
Wow.
And I guess fucking had a more broader audience. But regardless, yeah.
Some other interesting news coming out of Rovio. I don't know, it's not necessarily Rovio itself, but there's a movie about Angry Birds coming out in July 2016. That might be too late. They should have capitalized on this last year or something. But it's starring Peter Dinklage. Hopefully he reprises his role from Destiny to play it.
Oh, that would be great.
He just plays the Traveler. And Jason Sudeikis, Josh...
Sudeikis.
Isn't it Sudeikis?
No, Sudeikis.
Are you
he's-
sure?
No, he's married to my wife.
Oh, okay.
So I would.
All right, Jason Sudeikis. No, it's Sudeikis because that's how they pronounce his name in Saturday Night Live.
Well, they fucked up because he pronounced his name as Jason Sudeikis. Horrible Bosses 2's coming out, dude. They said, and Jason Sudeikis.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it,
telling
but
you.
I'll show you.
We're gonna YouTube this
In Saturday
bitch.
Night Live, they specifically said Jason Sudeikis.
Well, they fucked up.
Josh Gad, he did the voice of
Oh my god!
Olaf from that movie Frozen. It's an indie movie.
Dude, I've never heard of it. I've actually never seen Frozen. Don't glare at me, please.
Wait, are you an 8-year-old girl?
Maybe.
Okay, well unless you're an 8-year-old girl, you don't really need to see Frozen. But I have seen it
Yeah.
probably 30 times.
I guess I just gotta let it go. Fuck you. I hate that shit. It's always gonna make me laugh.
Getting my yucks.
It's like on YouTube. If you did you do that?
No.
Did you YouTube like funniest laughs and people are like,
No.
That's
I got
how
other
you
good
laugh.
laughs, but I'm saving them. I'm saving them for the right time.
Oh my god.
Danny McBride will be in it, who I love.
Yeah, he's great.
Bill Hader and Maya Rudolph. Bill Hader is also really good.
Yeah, Bill Hader's
Really,
great.
it seems like kind of a Saturday Night Live reunion.
Yeah, because Jason S, Daniel McBride, and Billy Hader, William Hader. I feel like
William Hader.
they're really good at improv.
Yes,
All
and
of
Bill
them.
Hader's incredibly good at voices.
Yeah, so I mean, this hopefully it turns out something good because they got a lot of like top name like comedy guys.
Maybe it'll be like the Lego movie. Hopefully.
I didn't see it.
I heard it was good. I've never seen it either, but apparently it's just really, really fantastic.
Yeah.
Dexmo is making a robotic hand. Actually, they've already made it, and they're trying to kind of make it into a gaming type of thing.
You can fucking feel with that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make it to where like, oh fucking Japan. Oh god.
I'm scared of some of the things they're going to come out with.
Japan's gonna be like booby touching simulator. It's gonna be
Well, on that note, apparently the one feeling it can't simulate is the feeling of softness.
boobs aren't soft. They feel like sandbags. Didn't you know? What was that from?
A 40-year-old virgin.
Oh, there we go. Sandbags, dog.
All right, Steve Carell. It's supposed to cost $200 or less. Kickstarter is going to start in October for about
Whoop, whoop.
$200,000.
That'd be cool.
I love that robotic hand simulates feeling but can't feel softness.
You know, it'd be really crazy. They take that shit and run it into first-person shooters. Wow. That would
Why would it work as a first-person shooter?
be in your hand. So like
Oh,
a
just-
pistol
Okay.
or Doom. They could start small, like Doom, and then work their way up. That you can have the Oculus Rift and Doom, and you're like, you know, that would be pretty neat.
Yeah.
You know, like to where like your shit doesn't line up all the time. Like you can turn this way, and you know, shoot that way and shit. Like
That would be
no
cool.
scope, you know, or whatever.
That would be really cool.
Or a fighting game. What's up? Yeah, like thugs. Turn it sideways even. Fucking Red Steel, dumbasses. I don't know if you ever played that game.
I never had a Wii, so
Yeah.
that was a launch game, right, for
It
the
was,
Wii?
it was a launch game, and then Red Steel 2 came out, and it was like a completely different world. Red Steel's racist as fuck.
Oh, really?
Everyone was Asian, and everyone had, oh, really? Oh, no. Like,
Really?
no shit. Like, I'm dead serious.
Really?
It was fucking like, I'm black, and I'm just like, oh my God.
This is insensitive.
Like, really? That's like if it was just like, if Red Steel was just about going through Compton or something like that, and you only ran into Mexicans and black people, and they had the most like stereotypical tendencies and voices, then it's socially unacceptable. But if it's Chinese, Japanese, or whatever race they decide to identify, or ethnic background they decide to identify with, then suddenly it's okay. Because like you're fighting like Chinese dudes, and, Japanese dudes, and all that stuff, and I'm just like, I can't even tell the difference. You guys are enemies, and you have to die. But that didn't stop him from talking like, Rory? Oh no! What?
I love that.
It's terrible. man.
Like, I'm so Ronery from Team America World Police. This is great. I put a whole bunch of text here because
What's that?
it was a lot of legal jargon. 4 hackers were charged with hacking, I guess you could say. Xbox One, Valve, Call of Duties type of stuff. They
They hit Activision as well. They did that to Destiny as well.
well, that was a DDoS thing, right? Wasn't that the DDoS?
No, this was very recent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this I think they're connected to it because it's a bunch of hackers that took credit for it. Yeah,
That was they're like an alligator, a lizard, or something like that.
I don't remember.
Or maybe those are the ones that DDoS.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
But
know.
anyway, so I guess they stole data about the like source codes and Gears of War 3 pre-release version of Activision's video game Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Defendants all actually pleaded guilty to it.
Maybe they're not the same. They these guys that I'm talking about shut down the servers for Destiny and for
Right, that was the
Call of Duty.
DDoS.
No, it happened again recently.
I know, like last week, right?
No, like this week.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah, it happened in the week. It wasn't a DDoS.
Today's Saturday, isn't it? Yeah. It wasn't DDoS.
You sure?
Yeah.
I read it was.
We'll look at it.
Okay.
I feel like we're a couple like squabbling in front of like guests. Honey, I could have sworn I turned on the stove. No, you didn't. I saw you when you
I'm
walked out.
pretty sure that's what I did.
Oh God,
Tetris movie? I put a question mark, so I read it as a question.
you got it.
Threshold Entertainment, their last movie was... Well, the last game movie was Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation back in 2005 or 2005?
2005. Fuck
1995? Is that when it was?
Mortal Kombat the movie came out in like 98 and Annihilation came out in like 2000 or something like
Something
that.
like that? Yeah. Man, I hope not. I don't know what they would do with a Tetris movie. Maybe they'll make it like the Battleship movie. Wasn't there?
Which was terrible. And then they made a game after it. And that game fucking sucked.
Battleship, the movie, the game.
Oh.
Kind of like Street Fighter.
Dude,
Remember that?
fucking shoot. Okay.
Street
That
Fighter.
movie's so bad it's good.
Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
Dude, fucking... Okay, if you remember... Going back to Street Fighter, if you remember the movie, Jean-Claude Van Damme's fucking biceps were so goddamn huge. It wasn't even real. There's a scene where he's fighting Bison. He literally cocks that shit back, and he's got like 30-inch arms or some shit. Those things are huge. And I'm just
Pythons.
like, holy crap, man. Because he like flexes in front of the camera. He's,
Yeah.
You know, he's got a little ego. He's like, I was like, oh my God. Shit. And I saw that shit when I was a kid in theaters, and I was like, they're huge, you know. Oh my God.
There you go. And I want to do a little Destiny recap. Destiny's always in the news these days, so I want to... It seems like every week there's something about it. So
Somewhere
you
in
tell
there.
me, what's going on with Destiny?
I haven't played it this week.
Really?
I'm kidding.
I know there was a patch.
There was a patch.
That
Was the patch I was talking about, producer. Yep. So they
instead of producing.
they fixed the legendary engrams to only be legendary or higher. They fixed blues to only be blues or higher. Stuff of that nature. They changed the drop rate of a lot of things. So the patch was nice. They altered like the shotguns in multiplayer. I haven't played Crucible since the patch, but they switched around like the damage. What's called of that, and the spread of it is I believe it's a lot more tighter, and it does less damage overall on PvP, but on PvE it's still good. Couple other things here and there. What else? Obviously, we talked about the new loot cave back last week.
Didn't they make it the kind of how you're talking about the items, but then they make it more so you don't really have to have a loot cave
Yeah,
anymore?
pretty much. And a lot of people, one thing I thought was interesting is a lot of people did articles that talked about, you know, people are playing Destiny wrong. And I kind of agree with a couple of those articles because people are literally just trying to 100% immediately. And it doesn't work that way. You can't just go, oh, hey, let's just get everything right here and now. Because the game works semi like an MMO and semi like a single player game. And sometimes you do just have to kind of like, all right, I'm just going to play like Vanguard and do a bunch of, you know, like Nightfall and level up my shit. And then I'll go back to, you know, getting better loot once I, you know, max out this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm light level like 28 off of basic legendary gear that I've just been continuously leveling up. So it's not hard to level up. after a while, it becomes really easy, especially when you realize and you take advantage of some of the things that you can do. So it's not really a completionist game per se. So people should probably spend more time trying to figure out this story.
Download the app.
Yeah, get the app.
Didn't you have news about a fighting game?
Oh, so
Fighting news?
Tekken 7.
Are they up to 7 now?
They're up to they might as well be past it because they had Tekken 1, Tekken 2, Tekken 3, Tekken Tag Tournament, Tekken 4, Tekken 5, Tekken 5, or Tekken 6 Bloodline Rebellion.
I am so out of the Tekken loop.
And then Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Then they have Tekken Cross Street Fighter that's still in production. And then they have Tekken 7, which is what they're doing right now. And Tekken 7 is about like 50% complete. The assets are according to, I forgot his name. It starts with H. Haruda? Whatever.
Naruto?
No. With an H. Haruto? Anyway, that guy, pretty much the I forgot what Capcom calls their guys, but essentially we'll just call him the lead designer. I believe he's like the coordinator, the battle coordinator or some shit like that. He pretty much was like, all right, it's running at 50%. We don't have all the characters in yet. We're only showing you guys 2 new characters, but every character in Tekken has a super move now. So like think Street Fighter, like, you know, you're like Shinku Hadoken or whatever. It stops the fight real quick, and it's just like, and then they do their little ability. Like, they completely changed the rage system. For those people that don't know what the rage system was, it was kind of that. Is that you? I think that's me.
That might be you. But you're getting texts because producer Eric is giving me some text.
Yeah, it's probably producer Eric.
I'm watching a lot of Howard Stern, so he always names people.
Oh, he names their.
Yeah, he'll name them
what's
that
it
way.
called?
Sorry, I'm stealing his thing. I should probably not do that.
But the rage system was pretty much this little system in Tekken 6 that initially came out. Oh, there was a Tekken 5 like little thing because it was on PlayStation Portable, and they like redid some stuff. But anyway, where pretty much if you get beat up enough, you get like this powered up mode where you. I think you regenerated health in Tekken 6, but you had much like better strength and stuff like that. And that also worked in Tekken Tag 2. They just kind of added it with the tag element and stuff. Like if you were tagged with people that were like friends, they got mad quicker if the other guy got hurt. You know, stuff like that or whatever. Didn't really work out. You couldn't really capitalize off of it. At least most people didn't. And in this one, they took out the damage boost because it was kind of cheap sometimes. They took out the damage boost, and now it's like, oh, hey, now I can do my super instead of, you know, and I could chain it to a combo if I'm good. So that's kind of neat. There's a couple of like play test locations that they opened up where they kind of like talked about it. And then Blaze Blue's new characters being hinted at. They released the trailer for Quan Chi from Mortal Kombat X. He looks like an asshole. His fatality is fucking violent as shit. He like controls you. He sticks out a sword and he controls you to walk towards it with your mouth open. And you just, it's fucking.
I can't do that.
I can't. No.
I'll stick with my Smash Bros.
You got a family. Me on the other hand, I'm like killing motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that.
Our producer texted me a Wikipedia link about Tekken 2 Kazuya's Revenge, also known as Tekken, A Man Called X. It's a movie. It's coming out.
Oh,
it's a prequel.
Fuck that! I know what that is.
It's a prequel to the 2009 film Tekken.
Fuck that. Fuck that movie too. Fuck it all. Fuck it!
Well, it's starring some of my favorite Japanese actors. Let me go through a list here. Oh. It's Kane
Please pronounce them.
It's Kane Kosugi, Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, Rade Serbedzija, Gary Daniels.
Can't forget Gary Daniels.
And Kelly Wenham.
Went ham. Because she went ham.
Well, you know, I remember when I first saw Gary Daniels back in 2010. He did a fantastic role in a little indie production about a man kind of coming into his own. No, I have no idea who that is. But I don't know.
Well, such classics. Hi, what was that thing? It was the Simpsons. It's like, hi, I'm Tom. Like
Troy McClure.
Troy McClure. Troy McClure.
Troy McClure.
Troy McClure. You may remember me from such
Yeah.
classics as yeah. That's,
Voiced by Phil Hartman,
oh,
who has left us too soon, easily.
who's Phil Hartman?
You make me so
Well, he's gonna kill me off screen.
so sad.
As soon as the sentence.
Oh my goodness. And the top story. Okay, top story. Again, just like I said at the beginning, I admit that this is kind of a slow week for news. So don't get too disappointed. But I thought at least this one was interesting and could be a little bit broader than what we usually do. It's beautiful. This is not the greatest thing, but hopefully there could be something to come out of this. Lexus has created an Oculus Rift simulator
Oh shit.
so you can model their 2015 RCF. I don't even know what that is, but apparently it's a car. Apparently it's an RC car. You just remote control it.
Good for them. I don't even have anything.
I'm just curious at this because I would have never even thought of that. To do that, maybe that's a really good way to advertise a car. What would you think?
It's
if,
a good way to have false advertising too.
You think so?
Because what if your representation of how the car handles and how the car responds isn't literally how it truly is?
Well, that could open up a lot of litigation, couldn't it?
Yeah, motherfuckers getting sued left and right.
But could you think of a future where you go to Honda's website, or
Yeah.
you go to Toyota's website, or if you're not good with cars, you go to a Ford website, and they say, test drive the car. And you just click on a test drive link, put on your Oculus Rift, and suddenly you're in the car test driving it. Yeah, it would be just like that. It would be just, you'd be smiling and you'd
I'd
be
want to
driving.
kill myself still. Because I would just go there in person. Hey, fucking, I'd like to try your Ford Exploder. All right, cool.
Explode.
Just sit me on in. You know?
I think that's such an interesting idea. Could you believe that? And what else does this open up into?
Everyone's trying to be a trendsetter right now. Everyone thinks that what they're creating, like, you know what I mean? Like, as far as, like, bridging the gap between, like, video games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to create that. That's why you got shit like a Tetris movie. Everyone's trying to bridge a gap because it's like, if I could compare it, it's like China is every other industry, right? Every other thing. Mainland China. But Hong Kong, they make a shit ton of money, and it's an important part of the economic system of China, but they totally want that fucking money, and they want to impose their own rules on it. That's like exactly what that is. Hong Kong is the gaming industry, and China is the rest of the industries, and everyone's just trying to build another bridge and pull something from the gaming industry and be that guy that's like, hey, I fucking, guess what I did, you know? Like, they're trying to do that next big thing. They're trying to do like, hey, we're coming out with the Call of Duty movie, and everyone's totally going to see it. Well, not quite. Or we're going to drop a freaking Dungeon Siege movie, which is fucking awful. Or the Street Fighter movie, or the Mortal Kombat movie, or any of that shit. Like, there are certain...
One of my friends always reference that Street Fighter movie. They always talk about M. Bison saying, like,
It was
and I'm going to throw him up Reaver. Wasn't that Street Fighter?
I don't know. A lot of people reference a different quote from Bison where it's like, you killed my father. It's like, yes, for you, I killed your father, but for me, it was Tuesday. You know, like, it's
He's a badass.
Heartless as shit. But
Yeah.
I think he died too. Bison, the voice, or the actor for Bison. But it's just, everyone's just trying to do that shit, and it's not even like, it's not even creative anymore. A lot of it's just like publicity stunts that don't get you anywhere. That's like fucking if Rob Dyrdek made, I mean, bless the man's soul, I think he's a great guy. That's like if Rob Dyrdek made like Skate 4. And he's like, oh, we're going to add it into my TV show. Sort of like how Defiance with Sci-Fi was.
Yeah.
And is, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
And-
still going on. I got put on for another season, I think.
and it's like that essentially. It's like oh, hey, we're going to bridge the gap between video games and TV, you know, and it doesn't work that way. Shit doesn't work that way. Or at least no one has the formula to make it come that way. And people are just like throwing fucking ideas left and right. Angry Birds movie. Because people like Angry Birds, by definition, they should love that. Or the Tetris movie, by definition.
Well, but you're saying all that, but think about, what about the game Destiny?
What about it?
They threw something at the wall hoping it would stick. They're trying something new.
Within the gaming industry.
Okay.
They didn't branch out and go, all right, we're going to make a Destiny movie. Before
It's
the
not
game,
just
like,
within the
launched.
gaming industry. What about how? Think about how they tell their story. You're
Yeah.
supposed to download an app on a phone.
Well, no, not that's an option, but the main option is the website. The
Oh, okay, well,
the
the
app
website.
wasn't really advertised because I didn't fucking know until you told me. You know,
There's an app. There's a website you can go to, but that's almost like a book, almost like completely separate way to learn the story.
correct, but it wasn't really too far branched out. Like it wasn't literally like a medium between it. Because
What about Final Fantasy?
Internet and gaming.
What about Final Fantasy VII? That whole series. They had Advent Children.
Yeah, a movie based off of the game, or
But it was
not
its own
based off the
story.
game, based in that universe. That's not like bad because the same people that created it, a majority of the people, well, not a majority, some of the same people were still put on for it.
Mhm.
Character designs and everything like that was relatively the same, and the story took fucking years to come out. Like I don't know
That's
if you
it.
remember when they first showed the trailer for it. It was like 2001 or 2002 when they first showed the trailer. And everyone would like flip their shit. It's like 2002, 2003. And then it didn't come out for like 7 fucking years. And then it didn't come out until like 7 years later, 6 years later. Then when it finally dropped, it was in Japan only. And I ended up watching it on fucking YouTube and in parts, in fucking segments and shit. You know, illegally. There were no subtitles. And, you know, this was back before YouTube had such a, what's it called? And it was just like, I got nothing out of it. And then finally they released the American version and all that shit, and they put in the subtitles. And that was like, what, 2010? 2000, close to like 2000. Well, yeah, it's like, no, it wasn't 2010. I'm sorry.
No, I was in high school.
Yeah, so okay, so the shit came out in 2000, at the very least, 2009, early 2009
No.
in Japan, I want to say.
She had to have been like 2006.
Oh, wait, no, I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, 2006, 2007, maybe.
Because I was still in high school when it came out.
I was in high school too, and I remember all my friends were like talking about it, and I was like, "Don't tell me!" And then I caved in like a week later. But it's I get where you're coming from on it, but it's so close to its realm that they're not really sacrificing the quality. How are you going to make a Tetris game, a movie?
That sounds awful. I have no defense for that.
How are you going to make an Angry Birds movie with all of those actors? Like
That I could see.
at the end of the day, shit, itchy. At the end of the day, those guys are still going to be. It's going to be a movie before it's an ode to the game, before anything.
I mean, if it's just them riffing off of each other, that's
That's
but
fine. I like the cast.
in a G-rated discussion. I think it could still be funny.
PG-13 at the very least, so they have some.
You think
material.
so?
No, I want it to be
Oh.
PG-13, so they have some material to work with.
Yeah, it'll be G for sure.
Oh God.
I know like 4-year-olds that are playing at Angry Birds stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
but that's the thing.
Well, okay, if you don't think it's a good idea for the Oculus Rift, what would you like out of the Oculus Rift? What specifically?
Let the Oculus Rift. He spelled it wrong. What else is like spelled differently?
Oh, whoops.
I just got that.
See,
Because I was looking at the word and I was like, it just looks weird, doesn't it?
Double C's.
Oculus. But let the Oculus Rift actually come out first before you start adding all these other things to it.
Okay.
That's like before the computer comes out. We're like, oh, we got Diablo. Give it a second. Let this shit perfect itself.
Mhm.
You know, because I don't think the Oculus Rift is a bad idea. I think it's a new, like, kind of like some Let's Players, like I see, like, play it and shit. Good for them. But I think it's more of a tool that is more for the, like, the mass public, not necessarily hardcore gamers, to, like, kind of get into, to be like, oh, hey, this is virtual reality done right, you know, or whatever the case is. but I don't think it should even come out with something like this yet. I would say give it another 2 or 3 years, because the Oculus Rift should have been out by now, if I recall correctly. It should have been out, and it keeps getting like pushed back. If I could be wrong on it, because I don't really follow the Oculus Rift too much, but
You know what I foresee is very classic, like Dragon Quest style RPG. That's really what I see everything
with
as.
the Oculus Rift.
But you go through the town in first person, and everything's more blocky, but it could be, you know, spruced up a little bit,
Minecraft,
with modernish graphics. Yeah, Minecraft, but less
A little
terrible.
more polish.
And you walk around, you got the inn, you got all that stuff. Then you go out and you fight, and it's still the same first person perspective, still turn based. But you're just from the first person perspective. I think that would be a really easy starting point to make a game out of, just to kind of test it and stuff. I think
Yeah.
it'd be very simple.
Because the Oculus Rift, at the end of the day, like you're saying, their goal, immersion. It's literally all they're trying to do. Is they're trying to create a world where you feel like you're in it. That's why your eyes are fucking glued to the fucking screen. And why when you look, you look. Immersion is their goal. I could see something like that happening. Like, you know, like say, for instance, you put in like one person's thing and then it goes to the next character and suddenly you have that character's viewpoint. You can look around and be
yeah,
like, hey.
you're a girl. You turn into a girl with like brown hair, and you just see like the hair on the sides of it or something.
Yeah, and like you'll see like the list in the bottom right as far as like what you can do, and that doesn't change. That's like fixed on your camera.
Right.
And
You still use a controller.
Yeah, you still use a controller, and you can select and be like, all right, attack these guys or whatever. That'd be great.
That'd be an awesome test run for it, I think,
Yeah,
too.
put on your headphones and then just get lost for a little while. I think that would do it, and I do think the Oculus Rift does have an advantage over like typical like. If you played with the Oculus Rift in first person on Last of Us, you would freak out if you saw a clicker. You'd be like, "Oh my god!" You know, as opposed to I mean, you still freak out, but it's not as bad because you don't see the gravity of the fucking infection on the face and all that stuff. You don't see that shit. I think Oculus Rift. I mean, granted, we don't know long-term effects of what this can do. after a
Right.
while.
It could have
So,
some.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon Quest is a long game. They're naturally longer games. So, trying to be a completionist on that game, we don't know if it's going to affect you long term. It's not going to do anything in your eyes, but it might.
I know some nerds could lose their life,
Yeah,
especially if it was Dragon Quest 3.
take role playing to the next level if you're playing an RPG, because then suddenly you're just like, you don't even know who you are. You get an identity theft, or not identity theft, identity crisis up in here. And you're like, well, I'm just going to role play for like an hour. And it's fucking, you take your shit off and it's like nighttime. And you're like, fuck, I was supposed to be at work. Like it's so easy to lose yourself in that stuff. So,
So you think maybe it's a dangerous. It could be potentially dangerous
I
to
think-
serve the wrong person.
for now, okay, that's
Granted, WoW already is that. So
in the deeper levels, like in the deeper layers of it. Yeah, but taking it back up to the Lexus and Oculus Rift, too soon.
you think so?
Give it a couple of years. Because let the Oculus
I
Rift
applaud 'em.
perfect itself first.
I
It's
applaud
still
'em.
clunky. Yeah.
It's still clunky. It needs a lot of work, and I don't think it's going to be very strong of a system. But I applaud them for taking that leap. I'm trying it out. Probably won't do it, but it won't even be online either. It's going to be at certain like locations that they have to take it to, which is pointless. But
Yes, you're right. Is even more pointless. Oh my gosh, you didn't even tell me this.
I love the idea that it could go eventually online, so you can test drive from home.
How about I just fucking test drive it normally?
Because then you got to go to and talk to the salesperson. Those people are crazy.
I will wonder the day when a car enthusiast decides to use a technological based system instead of his own hands and feet to feel a vehicle and to get a grip on if he wants to buy it or not. Even me, and I'm not a car enthusiast, I wouldn't buy it based off of the Oculus Rift.
But what you could do is look at the interior.
Do you love Lexus?
I don't. I'm more of a Honda.
Okay.
I do have a Hyundai, which I really enjoy, but no, I just think if you could look at the inside of a car, look at the interior, I don't necessarily say you're going to base your decision entirely off of it,
Mhm.
but you just take it home and you say, what does the interior of a Lexus look like? Well, here it is. Yeah. Maybe change the options while you're sitting in there. I don't know.
The options.
Yeah, you can change all the options while you're sitting in there. Like change it to leather seats. Maybe
Yeah,
get that
heated
get that little hand thing, and then you can feel the leather.
But it doesn't do soft things. Remember, you can't.
The
feel,
leather will not be
You
soft.
can't feel the. Well, I
And
mean,
coarse.
You'd right.
Coarse as a banshee's hair.
Feels great. As loud as a banshee. What? As loud as a banshee as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we have extra producers coming in.
Well, either way.
Producers.
I think Oculus Rift could be interesting, but definitely needs more time to grow. Right.
Needs like a couple years.
Couple years.
That's me.
Well, I'm Spencer,
And I am a monster.
and this has been The Itch. Thanks for joining us.
Sponsored by Monster. Get it now or pow. And QT. If it's not for you, it's for me.
With that, we're out.